Joining us now, House Ways and Means Chairman Jason Smith. Congressman, it's good to have you on. Okay.
It's great to be with you.
It's good to see you. Okay, let's talk Hunter Biden. What's the status of the House resolution to hold Hunter Biden in contempt of Congress for defying the congressional subpoena to testify in the Biden impeachment inquiry? What's the status?
You know, tomorrow, both the Judiciary Committee and the Oversight Committee will be bringing the contempt resolution forward on Hunter Biden. As you can see, what Hunter Biden did just in December is something that no other American would have done. He stood on the grounds of the Capitol, publicly defying a congressional subpoena. The only reason why he did that, Liz, is because his last name is Biden and he thinks he can do it.
So are House lawmakers going to probe the White House, the president, for potentially saying, okay, Hunter, go ahead and defy Congress?
Absolutely. We need the answers to that question. We need to know what Joe Biden knew about his son's actions in defying a congressional subpoena. Was the president supportive of that? Did he advise that? Did he recommend that? These are questions that need answered by Joe Biden.
Okay, Hunter Biden, he's going to appear in a Los Angeles courtroom this Thursday. He's going to be arraigned on 3 felony and 6 misdemeanor tax evasion charges. How does this impact the impeachment inquiry into President Biden? I mean, we see the political fallout. Hunter Biden is accused of evading taxes while his father is insisting everyone pay their fair share. But how does this affect the impeachment probe into the president?
Liz, Hunter Biden would not be in court this coming Thursday in California facing 3 felony charges and 6 misdemeanors if it was not for the 2 IRS whistleblowers that came forward and exposed what in fact was happening in that investigation that ultimately led to that sweetheart plea deal that was thrown out by a judge in Delaware. None of that would have ever happened if those 2 IRS whistleblowers did not come forward.
Okay, so, you know, President Biden likes to make the campaign case that he represents decency, you know, morality, respect for justice. Isn't that message undermined when his own son is accused of cheating on his taxes and ignoring that congressional subpoena to testify?
Absolutely, but that's not the only thing that's undermining. We've had the President of the United States with his own lips say numerous times that he knew nothing of his son's business dealings. And then, once the IRS whistleblowers proved that in fact he did, he then says that he wasn't involved. And then Hunter Biden, when he was defying the congressional subpoena on the grounds, changed the story again and said that his father was not financially involved. So the Bidens have not been consistent whatsoever.
Let's talk about this. Hunter Biden's art dealer, you know, who's taking care of his paintings, he gave a closed-door deposition this morning before House Oversight for the impeachment inquiry. Can you talk to us about what happened?
You know, a lot of those details are still coming out, but what we've been getting the readout so far, which is quite disturbing, is that that individual there was supposed to be a very strong firewall so that Hunter Biden didn't know who was purchasing that Hunter Biden's clients and Hunter Biden did not know who was purchasing the paintings. It's finding out that that does not seem to be accurate. Apparently, I think 70% of the paintings, Hunter Biden did know the purchaser.
Wow. This is still ongoing. We're going to stay on these stories. House Ways and Means Chairman Jason Smith, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you.